Getting your indoor playground business funded. I have a couple quick tips for you about how to make this happen, and I'm going to share a little bit more about how we did it. So, after helping dozens of indoor playground owners and prospective owners get their business up and running, I've noticed that the funding phase can be the most difficult part of the process oftentimes. In fact, of the prospective owners that I've worked with that actually did not end up making it to the finish line and opening, most have cited insufficient funding as their main reason for halting the progress on their plans. While insufficient funding can certainly be a very real issue you face on this journey, I'd like to encourage you to think outside the box when planning your efforts. Also, remember that the funding process can take years depending on your current savings levels. Something I never recommend is starting a business with the bare minimum capital required because unforeseen issues will occur and will need financial attention, and you don't want to put yourself in that position. You also want to be sure your build out is substantial and detailed enough to allow your customers to have an outstanding experience every single visit. So don't skip here and be realistic. It's going to cost you. The amount you'll need to secure will be determined by the factors you came up with in your business plan, which should be as detailed and thought out as possible to ensure you don't underestimate the cost required to open, which is a major trap many indoor playground owners fall into. If you need our business plan, there's the link below. There are three main ways to get funded. Each of these methods has pros and cons. Choose one or a combination of methods, which is actually what I recommend, that works best for your needs and circumstances. Now to note, these are three outside ways to get funding. Your personal savings should and always will be your main funding source. If you don't have a significant amount of money or savings to contribute to your startup efforts, find a way to get some. Becoming a virtual assistant, flipping items on eBay, and selling handmade goods are all great side hustles to get started with to save the money you need over time. The first way to fund is banks and financial institutions. So the big pro here is with a great business plan and solid credit, you can get a large sum of money to fund your indoor playground business, upwards of $100,000. The cons here, number one, a bank will not give you a break if you miss payments or cannot come up with the funds. Number two, they can and will seize your assets. If you've ever seen the movie Sing and are familiar with Buster Moon, you know what I mean. The second way is family and friends. The pros first. Number one, more flexibility and likely more forgiving of missed payments. Number two, low or no interest rates. And number three, fewer consequences financially if you default. Now, the cons here are it can cause a lot of strain in your personal life, and this option has the unfortunate potential of ruining your relationships with family members or friends, particularly if you become late on payments. The third way is crowdfunding. So first, the pros. Number one, it's easy to get between $1,000 and $5,000 with a solid business plan. Again, click the link below if you need one, or with the tips inside Play Cafe Academy. Number two, if there's anyone in your life excited about what you're doing, this is a great way for them to get involved without forking over a huge loan. They can donate as little as $1 to $5. Number three, it's low risk, especially if you're asking for donations. Number four, it can build a sense of community and generate excitement prior to your opening. Now, the cons. Number one, if you don't reach your crowdfunding goal, you may get nothing. Number two, it will be difficult to raise any more than $5,000. And number three, it will likely be more work than you think when you take into account the dispersing of prizes, the writing of the campaign itself, social media promotion, and writing updates to your contributors. Number four, Kickstarter and other crowdfunding sites will take a percentage of your money as their fee. For all of the information on getting your Play Cafe funded and to hear exactly how we did it using a large variety of sources between crowdfunded loans, like something like Kiva, Kickstarter, family and friends, personal savings, doing a million different side hustles. If you want all of that information and you want to hear our best tips for crowdfunding and making sure that you meet all of your funding goals, then we're hosting a free training on March 6th and 7th. So the link is going to be below, so don't forget to register for that. It's absolutely free, and we're going to give you all of the insider tips, and including exactly what works and what didn't work, because that's important too. So subscribe to this channel for more videos like this, and click below for the free training. And there's also going to be a link for that business plan I mentioned. So thanks for tuning into this video. I'll see you guys later.